All right, welcome back. Hey, I got some chickens out as well today. Birds having a bath, breeding ones, doing pretty well. A few more eggs in there, not as many as what I was hoping for. Just took the bath out for these guys here as well because they had a bath after their training flight. All the birds went out to 22 kilometers again this morning. What I did differently today was I split them all into 3 baskets and released them all separately in those 3 groups. So that was pretty good. I think most of the birds are here. Seems to be that one of the groups caught up to the other group and they sort of bunched up. I did give them 5 minutes between each, but obviously not enough. But they've done pretty well. They're all, I would say, every single bird is back. We had Speedy Blue Grizzle and another blue pigeon come back first in the lot. Then a bigger group come back, and then a couple come back probably about 10 minutes after that. So yeah, doing pretty well. And what you'll notice as well is all the race birds are actually on this side now. The only reason being is I was hoping to have more pairs, none really paired up, so I thought I'll just put them all into their own boxes, which would have been the case over there, but not a lot of them wanted to pair up and it was just too hard. So for now, I've brought them over here just to see how they go in the perches. Then they can have all their own perch and just come back and relax from races. Seems to be working pretty well. They're all pretty happy, all on perches. A few on the ground, but there's a lot more perches in this side, so they've got a lot more personal space if they want it. Just shut this up behind us. And I moved all the other birds over into this section, so we need to go through and sort of sort through a few birds. Yeah. So there's our little potato bird. Look how crazy this one is. It's molting out really quickly now. And that slate is very predominant now. You can see the colours coming through on it. It's going to be a very interesting little pigeon. And hopefully we'll get them off. They should get out the end of this month to the first week of the next month. So I think that's when the first shipment is booked to get out of Australia. Hopefully we can get some out pretty quickly, but we'll see. It's one of those things. Where's the other one? He's in here somewhere. Oh, he's out here. Here he is. So this is the nest mate to that one, which is going there as well. Heavy in the molt as well, but very beautiful pigeon. Good handling. I think it's going to handle a lot of those weather conditions as well. My main goal today is the birds have had their 22 kilometre toss, which will be their final one before their first race. And then what we'll do is get the ETS rings on them. They had a bath today too, so they can come back, relax, and then we'll put the ETS rings on them. I need to run the new firmware through my top pigeon clock. We're running out of time, but that's life, unfortunately, with kids and work and everything else in between. And we also need to get all those pigeons assigned to those rings in the top pigeon clock as well. So at this point, there's about 40. The only problem I'm going to have today is I don't have enough ETS rings to go on every single bird, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll have them hopefully by next weekend. So if we do, it doesn't really matter if we don't have them. Worst case, we'll just pick out a few birds and send them, and then the week after that we'll send all the birds, because all these pigeons need to either go next weekend or the fortnight after, because otherwise the next jump out after that is way too far, and they would have missed their boat a bit, I think. So at this point I'm racing every second week. That's how it kind of works, because my wife works on Saturdays and I watch the kids on Saturdays. We basket on Saturdays, so she is going to give up her weekend shift, which we do need, but we've sort of shifted things around a little bit. So that's why I'm doing every second weekend, so she doesn't have to lose out on her shifts at work. So yeah, it's just a balancing act. So either way, we're still going to do 4 weekends of racing in the sprint main series, and then we will do, on those same days, we'll do the sprint 2 as well. So we will get 8 races in, and hopefully the birds can make it all the way through. Come here, come on, come and say hello to everyone. I do have a lot of chooks as well. I think there's like 13 here. Come here. Chuk, 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 chuk. I got my Pekings, and we've also got our Astrolop crosses over the back there too, which are the black ones. A couple of 1 dots still. But these guys just cruising around doing a bit of tidying up here as well. If any seeds get knocked on the ground, these little fellas are getting in there and sort them out. Especially these little ones, they can get in all the spots and keep any spillage to a minimum, which is really good. Come here. Chuk, 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 chuk. Hey. Chuk, chuk, chuk. So I do have a temporary website set up. There's a few birds that I am going to fixed price sell off on there. It's only for Australian people because we just can't really send birds out of Australia. But all the birds that will be on there will be really well bred birds. Another thing I need to do is get in here and have a bit of a tidy up today. So we've got eggs in most of the boxes. We're still waiting on a couple where we didn't get any in. New Moon, she laid an egg last night. I noticed it was a little bit cold this morning when I come in, so being a first time mum, we'll just have to watch that egg. Maybe the second egg that comes through might be keep her sitting on there a bit more. Hopefully that didn't do too much damage to that egg, but not too stressed. Worst case, we'll just take that out. I'm not, like I said, there's not really too much pressure on these birds at the moment to breed. I've just brought over all the ones I really do want to try and give them a round and see how the little babies turn out of them, and then we'll just, you know, push them through till next year. Now I can kind of just take my time, and if I just want to do one round out of this pigeon and then mix the pairings up, I can, and just play around and see what kind of things we can get out of them, because I know a lot of people, yeah, ideally it's good to get a few rounds out of them, but I've noticed even in birds I've only bred one baby from, I can get a pretty good gauge of how good those babies, you know, that pairing's going to be. This is the first egg down and under. This is 83, the father. He's definitely looking after it, and it is warm enough now, but this morning it was a tad cold, so hopefully it doesn't give us too much grief with that. And I might just let this hen out. I'm rotating this pair and the pair below it. I might let the hen out but lock that cock up, because he's the problem. He is fighting and I don't want him to go down there. There's no eggs down there yet, but if there is, he will smash them, so I'm going to be very careful of that. But everyone else is cruising along quite nicely. Still waiting on eggs from a few pairs. Got 3 of a kind over there, really waiting to see his babies come through. Definitely see what we got. May get some eggs soon, because you can see the hen Storm, she's sort of hovering around the nest, so fingers crossed they are from her, and we're going to get some eggs from her. I did have 1 egg dropped on the ground, so I'm really hoping it's not hers. Storm doesn't lay many eggs. She's not a super producer of eggs, so can only do what we can do. And we've got one of 83's daughters over here. She's got 2 eggs. She's paired up to 3 of a kind, which is 3333. It's brother, so nestmate. They're actually nestmates. So the brother's here, and there's another brother in here out of the same nest. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of mix we do get out of them, because they are beautiful little pigeons. But you know, I'm kind of just breeding the birds that I want to breed now. I'm just not going to breed because I need to build up a race team. I'll just breed what I want to breed, and the ones I get the best gut feeling out of. Not completely sold on this one. I do like the cockbird. Haven't tested him yet. Haven't given him an opportunity to breed. But Little Storm, she breeds a couple good ones, but it breeds as many equally ones I've got a bit of worry about. So we will see. We'll probably give them 1 round. I do have a hen that I'd really probably like to pair up with him, which is this little hen down here. She is currently paired up to the old boy under here. Once, it just depends. If he doesn't produce for us, then he'll be out the door, and we'll probably repair her up with someone else. But here she comes. She's a beautiful little hen. She's actually probably the nicest pigeon I've bred this season. Perfect type, especially for a hen. If I could have a loft full of them, or a race team full of them, I'd be pretty happy. Super soft, super light, but full of muscles, and she's very switched on too, I've noticed, and very alert. So definitely something I'm working towards breeding more of. But yeah, she's on the younger side too, so no real pressure on her. And we've got the little hen over here too. Hopefully she breeds. She's paired up with the young one cock. So today is going to be pretty busy. I got the toss out of the way pretty early. I want to go through and give everything a tidy up because I start my new job tomorrow, so going forward things are going to be pretty busy. So I want to try and get rid of all the jobs we need to do ready for the season, so get the firmware done, all the birds entered, and try and test the clock as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Just get ready, there will be a few short videos coming up. They will be videos of the birds that I am planning to sell. I've got a whole bunch of birds that I potentially can. That money is going to go towards a clock for next season. And some people are like, why you bother buying a new clock? Because I'm still going to race, just not as many races, and I do want to do the longer ones and hopefully go with a club that allows us to do cloud clock out. So it's going to make my life a lot easier, because at the moment, you know, it's a bit back and forth here and there because life is just super busy at the moment and pigeons take up a lot of time, and making videos at the same time on top of that really doubles your workload. So just trying to simplify things and just enjoy life a bit more and not be tied down to a million pigeons and making a million videos. So stay tuned, got all the birds out, and I'll see you in the next video.